Colm Begley is having none of the medical bulletin delivered by his former teammate Stephen Cluxton. Forced to come off with injuries to his lower back and ribs in the Leinster semi-final win over Longford, Cluxton is in danger of missing the provincial final on Sunday, and his first championship game in 13 years. Comerford is on standby to make his full championship debut after replacing Cluxton late in the first half against Longford. But Begley, who played alongside the modern game's best goalkeeper for 5 years when he transferred to Dublin club Parnell's, is far from convinced that Cluxton will make way. He'll believe it when he sees it. "I believe his ribs are shot, but you wouldn't know with that lad, you wouldn't," he grinned. "I saw him and asked him was he not playing. 'Yeah, sure you're not,' I said. 'You know, it's started already.' Watch Dublin star Bernard Brogan return to training after knee injury, but look, I hope he's okay because he's a good friend of mine. But we're still going to try and challenge their defense, so if it happens, it happens, and if it doesn't, it doesn't." Look, Cluxton is focused on whatever he does, club football or county football. Stephen has set a standard for goalkeepers and has kind of brought a new facet to the game as regards kickouts. No matter what he did, he would be focused. That's the kind of mindset he has. It was great to have him as a teammate. Sometimes club is actually a bit of an escape for him. Sometimes to go and enjoy a bit more football rather than having to be involved in a competitive inter-county season for so long. Dublin Stephen Cluxton leaves the pitch injured against Longford. Image, copyright INPHO, Brian Keane. Let's not forget that Dublin play for the most of the year and reach semi-finals and finals, so sometimes club football would be a nice escape to come down from that and just enjoy the club football a bit more. Begley recalls how the 36-year-old netminder was also hugely effective as an outfield player, recalling that they lined out together in Parnell's half-back line on several occasions. In international rules he'd come out a fair bit, he pointed out. "He's actually got a sweet strike of the ball out of his hand, and he's very, very fit, one of the fitter lads you'd see as regards conditioning. People would say we were better off having him in goals, yeah, but he was quite effective outfield too, fit and strong, good, clever ball user. But when he's in goals, he's sensational." Begley joined Parnell's in 2010 after returning from a professional AFL career at St Kilda's, but then returned to his native Stradbally 3 years ago. He lives back home in Laos now, and works there too for Leinster GAA as a games development administrator, working with development squads. He's involved in coaching, education and building club relationships. Working on the ground, he understands what Laos Division 4 promotion and their first appearance in the Leinster Final since 2007 means to the football-mad county as a whole. "It's a huge boost," the 31-year-old said, crediting John Sugar, who is in his first year as manager, for turning things around. Less Colm Begley, image, copyright INPHO, Brian Byrne. "Winning games on its own has been a huge help, but any final you can get the crowd up to in Croke Park is a very, very memorable thing. I can see the difference it has made around the area, in the schools I've gone into, and I think if you're clever enough to have the structure in place, we use that a bit more and try to develop it. The crowds hadn't been there, but we hadn't been showing them enough to be going to, but they've bought into it a bit now. They've given great support and fairness the last few weeks, and I believe there's going to be a big crowd from down here at the Leinster Final. So look, it's been great and nice for the kids to have that too. I remember watching your heroes playing games. I remember watching lads from before we played in Leinster finals. It's a special thing, so we want to give them as much opportunity as we can to do that. Fortunately, we have a Leinster Final to experience. Don't miss this weekend's GAA action. Sign up to Sky Sports and get 6 months half price here, or try a Now TV Sports Month Pass here, now just €20 a month, usually €50. If you haven't already, be sure to like our Irish Mirror Sport and Irish Mirror GAA pages on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.